silent night, oh holy night. Stop. You're not discovering the singer in me today. It's a Christmas episode of the Miss B Show. Thanks for tuning in. It's musical and it's serene. On our first stop today, we discover model dancer Brenda Derry.
Hi, my name is Brenda Menguts, but everyone else calls me Brenda Derry. That's my stage name, Derry. I am Cameroonian, based in the UK, Bayangi in Bassa. I'm a professional dancer. When I mean professional, I mean I dance for music videos, concerts, etc., etc. I have featured with artists like Davido, Iyanya, Timaya, Two-Face Idibia, and so on, Wizkid, etc. And I'm currently live at the Miss B Show with Pamela. So far I've been dancing for about 4 years, professionally. But I'd say I've been dancing all my life since I was a kid. But professionally, I've been dancing for about 4 years. As an entertainer, I'll turn down anything I'm not feeling, anything I don't like. Because first, as a dancer, I need to like the music. I need to like the artist for me to be able to feel it. Derry Entertainment is a company I formed when I was 16 in the UK, and it started off as a modeling agency, but it's continued to grow into now it's a management, marketing and production company, and we have collaborated with other people as well. So we changed the name from Derry Entertainment to DC Media, and DC Media is now based in UK and in Cameroon. I like my relationship kind of private. So me being an entertainer and dating an entertainer is too much media attention, which sometimes is difficult to handle, and there's a lot of jealousy going on there. I've moved back to Cameroon, but I still work in between Nigeria, South Africa and the UK because that's where I have a lot of fan base. But I have moved back to Cameroon, and so far I've been in Cameroon for almost a year.
Show I feel it, come with me, oh I keep it, you will see. Show I feel it, come with me, just let me know, just let me know.
During Christmas, families get together, you go out, you have fun. It's literally an excuse to get drunk and wasted, but adults only. This would be my first Christmas in Cameroon, as a matter of fact, after over 14 years. But normally I spend my Christmas in UK. It's a bit boring with family and at home. Nothing works on that day. So I'm looking for a great time this time in Cameroon. A letter to Santa. I'd say, dear Santa, I would like you to bless me with love, happiness and family. Yes, those are very, very important for me. Boys start to wonder, then the bed say, oh, no, coming back. It's none of my business.
I'm sure you'll agree with me, she is a talent to watch out for. We're going on a commercial break now, and when we come back, we'll meet our guests. So grab a snack and hurry back.
On the season 1 of the Miss B Show, we brought you the best of entertainment from around Cameroon. From music to fashion, football, movies, and many more.
If you can touch the mind of a person, you can touch his destiny.
We had amazing guests from Nigeria and Cameroon. We shared their laughter.
Tu seras invité. Si tu n'es pas invité, qui sera invité?
Personne.
A stripper.
inspirations, and of course, we didn't forget the less privileged. Season 2 promises to be even bigger and better. Let us know who you want to see come on our hot seat.
You can catch us on www.facebook.com/Miss B Show, and on Twitter follow us at the Miss B Show. Goodbye. And we're back. I got my snack. I hope you have yours too. If you missed anything, check out our social media links, which will be put up at the end. Now it's time to meet our guest. He's a music producer, he's a TV presenter, and a creative director of one organization. Meet Wax Dey.
I can't let you go until I know that you'll always be there for me. I can't let you go.
I'll always be there for you. That was an amazing one.
Yeah.
I'm a jealous person, so I hope you don't sing to a lot of girls.
I sing to a lot of girls because I have to.
Wax.
For the job, you know, but I sang to you because I want to sing to you.
You have just deceived me and
It's
said,
different.
Pamela, this is only you, and it has only been you, and it will
Pamela,
always be you.
I can't lie to you. You know what I'm saying here is that I just sang to you because I want to from the bottom of my heart, and I sing to other girls in shows because I have to pay the bills. So
Wax Dey!
Yeah,
Thanks for coming
Miss
on the
P,
Miss P
thank you for
Show.
having me. Thank you for having me. I'm really humbled.
It's funny, we're both Cameroonians, but I'm catching you out of Cameroon because you're always globe-trotting. Why don't you sit your behind down?
It's difficult to sit my behind down because my behind has to be out there hustling, you know, but I think I do come to Cameroon quite, you know, a few times and do what I can
You're
do.
always in Cameroon in some regard, but that's just 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then you're out.
Yeah, I have to do the essential. That's life nowadays. You know, if you're sitting in one place for too long, then you're losing relevance. But I do, you know, I've got my reality TV show in Cameroon, #1 Girl, and that keeps me there. I've got my record label with artists like Realm Squad, Lollipop, that keeps me there. So I'm doing my fair share in Cameroon. Yeah.
I'll ask you, you've had such a great experience in South Africa. You were really leading in the jazz industry out there.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to come back and start projects in Cameroon, considering we're still 10 years behind?
As you said, you know, we all as Cameroonians have a responsibility to come back and build, you know, and build something. Everybody needs to start something. That's the only way we're going to develop, besides the other, you know, requirements like being together and being more structured, you know. But I think by building content, by building intellectual property and real property, we are building the country as young people, and I have a responsibility to do that. So I thought at this time in my life, it's the right time to come back and do that. Yeah.
#1 Girl reality TV, that was a bit risque in the sense, you know, women fighting and bickering, and then in terms of infrastructure, why did you go that direction?
I think that, you know, we also, you know, have to keep breaking, you know, the glass ceiling in Cameroon in different ways, you know, in terms of the ideas, and let people know that, you know, we should be free to think and do what we want to do. I find the industry sometimes a bit too uniform when everybody's doing the same thing. So as an artist, I thought, well, why not, you know, use my experience, you know, having worked on African Magic and worked on all these other platforms to come start something a bit different. And I've worked with women a lot in different ways, you know.
Again, women.
Yeah. You must not have a soft spot for women, and women have a soft spot for me.
Stop making me go mad.
Stop
making me go mad. I'm a jealous type.
You know what I always tell about women, you know, I have to go out there and do what I have to do to pay the bills. But when it comes to you, like the song I just sang for you, you know, I did from the bottom of my heart.
So that was for Strictly. Strictly Miss P.
That was strictly for Miss P. and to prove it to you, I'm going to do another one that is even just for Miss P.
I'm special and you're not.
You can say that again. Yeah, but anyway, that's it. And #1 Girl was that show for me where, you know, I just wanted to show that, you know, as an artist, you can do a lot more than just producing songs. You can also own, you know, content through a TV show, and, you know, and that's the future really of, you know, copyright, creating content and making money and generating income out of that.
Did you get the reaction that you expected from the Cameroonian audience?
Yes, I did, and I do. You know, initially when I started, a lot of people did not believe. And I've always known that Cameroonians are people who want to see before they believe.
Yeah.
But now I think that, you know, a lot of young people are coming up and breaking the mold and showing, you know, that, you know, rien n'est possible, and that we are good and even better than most of the other African countries that are already doing this.
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
How did you go from $20 arriving in South Africa to multi-million productions?
You know, when I came to SA, it was really, I went to study to do a master's degree, and I literally looked, you know, in my account, and I had $20. I moved in with a friend, you know, and I was doing piece jobs at the time at the university, you know, teaching part-time, writing consulting, you know, because I was a very good writer. And then I started getting a bit of money to pay my share of the rent, you know, struggling and eating whatever you could eat. And then, you know, things started picking up really when I met this white lady, Lara Patricino, who thought I could sing with a guitar. And so she started booking me for a few shows. And then I remember once I wrote a story for Drum Magazine, and I got paid 500 Rand. That's about 30,000. No, right now it's about 15,000 francs. That was a lot of money.
How did you feel? What were the emotions when you saw that amount on it?
No, like, you know, it was just like every day, you know, I was looking for a chance to get by every day. And then that came, and it's like, wow, I'm relieved for the next couple of weeks. You know, I can buy my bread and this, continue going to school. And then, you know, things just kind of picked up from there. And then I wrote a book, you know, The Chosen One. And I actually wrote that before I went to South Africa. I wrote that book when I was 16 years old. And then after I wrote the short story, so, you know, publisher read the story and said, I want to see more of your writings. Called me and said, and I'm like, I have not written anything, but I've got this book which I wrote when I was back in secondary school. It's like, well, let me take a look at it. So he said, oh, this is great. Then he published it. Next thing, you know, and he called me and said, hey, you know what? I'm like, yeah, I submitted your book to the Department of Education, and your book is going to be used to teach grade 11 English in public schools in South Africa. I was like, oh, really?
That's amazing. That's an amazing achievement.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, it was kind of like that, you know, you know, and I've, you know, always been the hustler. Before I left school, I'd found a job at Lawyers for Human Rights as legal counsel law. And then when I graduated, I thought, oh, like, you know, let me keep doing music. And that was it. Always one thing after the next. And yeah, kind of grew. Yeah, that's it.
You're quite a humanitarian as well. Tell me a little bit about One Org and all the organizations that you've been working with, and how agriculture has an impact on society now.
All through, you know, my career as a musician, I've always had that knack for touching people, always. And initially, it started through, you know, my choice of study. I studied human rights law. And then I worked as a legal counselor for human rights for, you know, refugees who were locked up unfairly in South Africa. And then, you know, I started something called the Human Trafficking Awareness Week in 2006. I went to because at the time a lot of women were being trafficked into South Africa and out of South Africa, and, you know, and being exploited as sex slaves. But I realized that police were not doing anything about it because nobody knew what was human trafficking. Usually when they got the women, they would just ship them off as illegal immigrants. And having, you know, had this background and studied under forced migration, and then working with, you know, with the UN and seeing these things, nobody had the courage to come and say, hey, this is happening in South Africa. So I knocked on the door of the UN. They said, no, we're not interested. I went to, you know, the government. Nobody was interested. So I got a friend of mine. She got a loan for me from the bank, about 2 million francs at the time, you know, in France CFA. And then I went to SABC, the state broadcaster, spoke to one of the bosses there, and she was very happy, you know, like, oh, I want to do this, I've got, you know. And then somehow we gathered people. Freshly Ground at the time had just won an MTV award, you know, for Best African Act. They came on board, and before I knew it, Kaizer Chiefs soccer team had come on board. I ran this big one-week campaign to teach South Africa what is human trafficking, and that changed the face, I think, of human trafficking in South Africa. In 2007, the US State Department named it a best global practice, and then it became an annual event led by the government. So I've had that history and that background and that interest in it a long time. And then when I moved and became a full-time musician, you know, I did what I did with music, you know. But then I'd always had an eye on One.org as an organization, because to me it kind of encapsulated my beliefs as a person, that you can use pop culture to change people. So I came aboard One campaign in late 2013 finally, and the first thing I really did was to get it was a year of agriculture in Africa for the African Union, and the first thing I did was to come up with this great idea to say, hey, why don't you get African artists for a change, you know, to lead a campaign for Africa about Africa's development through agriculture, you know. And then spoke to Dibanj, Fali Ipupa, Tikenja Pakoli, and the response was overwhelming. Everybody wanted to
Yeah,
be a part
I
of
did watch
it.
some of your productions. It was just
Yeah.
amazing.
Everybody wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, we did the song. You know, it became a super hit. Got 2 million African signatures calling on leaders to invest at least 10% of their budget in
Wow.
agriculture as the
Wow.
fastest means to create jobs. And I think it changed the face of African advocacy because for the first time we saw African faces, you know, going internationally. You know, you know, the telling moment for me was when we went to the US during the US Africa Summit, and Dibanj went on ABC in the morning, and they called him the Bono of Africa. You know, that told me that, yeah, you know, what we're talking about, that we need to get Africans to take charge of our own destiny. You know, the world was starting to see that. And I think that's been the driving force behind other projects such as Strong Girl. And of course, I can't, you know, forget to mention that the song won Best African Collaboration at the All African Music Awards. Yeah, I wanted to pick up that. Yeah, so
Proud of you. You sound so much of a good boy here, but I hear you were a troublemaker at uni.
yes, I'm a bit of a troublemaker. If I were not a troublemaker, you know, I'll be no good to the world. Yeah.
How do you figure?
Because, you know, people like me exist to shake things up. You know, I look at something and say, you know, how can I make it better? How can I change the status quo? You know, if something stays the same, then I shouldn't be part of that.
You have a cute little boy. If he comes up with these tendencies, I don't think he'll smile.
He will. I think he'll be very proud of his daddy. You know, like, I mean, imagine a world where everybody came by, saw things the way they are, and said, okay, let things be. No, you know.
Do you think that's going to change you now that you have this cute, I say cute, yes, cute baby? Will it change anything for you as an artist, mobility-wise?
Yes, it does, because, you know, I can't get my baby off my mind. You know, he's the sweetest little thing, and, you know, and I have, you know, like this pure, unadulterated love for him. And, you know, I always want to be next to him, make sure I'm protecting him and teaching him how to go through the world. So, yeah, I have to go out and do what I have to do, but I know I have to get back, you know, as soon as possible, you know, to be the daddy that, you know, have to be to my little son.
What are your Christmas plans for him?
My Christmas plans for him? Well, first of all, I recorded a song for him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I used to play a lot to him when he was, you know, when he was not yet born, and he loved it because he'd kick every time I did it. Yeah, so yeah, we have Christmas song. I'm going to record it together with him. It's going to be his first song, and
when is that being released?
Well, I can only release it when he's, you know, when he's big enough to be part of the release as well.
I'm getting the exclusives on that.
Yeah, like, we can talk. We can talk.
It's Christmas season, right?
Yeah.
Christmas season is very serene. It's very family oriented. It's very love oriented.
Yeah.
It's very personal to us Africans, because, you know, we share a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't share gifts at Christmas. We just eat and eat and eat.
rice and stew and chicken.
Wax is going to perform an amazing song, but before that, if you want to follow up on this amazing man, I cannot go through everything he does. I'll get exhausted, but I urge you to check him out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Wax Day, Facebook, Wax Day, Twitter, Wax Day, Instagram, Wax Day. That's WAXDEY. My name is Nd. I come out small London, but you know what it is. You can call me Wax Day.
I was totally inspired, and I hope you were too. In the spirit of Christmas, savor a live performance from a multi-talented artist, Wax Dey.
Let's go. It's been a long, long time. Haven't seen our friends for a long, long while. Families, they come back home with a kiss, embrace, true love the show. Party all around. Big boys that enter town. The streets they're bumping. Little kids they're jumping, jumping. Eh. Sister, oh brother, and oh brother, and Papa, oh mama, and oh mama, and rich man, open my hand, open my hand. Make us sing and rejoice, lift up our voice. Merry Christmas, oh, io buonane. Merry Christmas, oh, let's celebrate, oh. Let's pop champagne, oh. The time has come again, oh. hold my hand, hold my hand, let's sing and rejoice. Happy New Year, io buon anno. Happy New Year, let's celebrate, let's pop champagne, the time has come again, hey. Hold my hand, hold my hand, let's sing and rejoice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. Girl, before I saw you, it be like say I been know you. A missing part of my body, vein of my heart, blood in my vein, And then I saw you, I know my feet ignore you. The girl in my dream, make my heart sing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, you be the one I've been wanting, the water I've been drinking, sweet dream I've been dreaming, fire burning in me. I'm feeling like a king and I'm needing me a queen. That's why I'm asking, will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? My wifey, my wifey, Will it be my wifey? Wifey? Will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? My wifey? I want you to say, I want you to say, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. No. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Girl, before you answer, I just want to tell ya, I no could ever leave ya, never hurt ya, always love ya. And I swear we did grow old, I saw our faces a twist, oh. Now so I love go the better, commitment go stronger, people go the wonder. You be so beautiful, but so incredible. Your love to make me hold, your love to bring me hope. I'm feeling like a king and I'm needing me a queen. That's why I'm asking, will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? My wifey, my wifey, Will it be my wifey? Wifey? Will it be my wifey? Will it be my wifey? My wifey? I want you to say, I want you to say, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, the Lord, would you be my the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord? Would you be my the Lord, the Lord? Before you answer, I just want to tell ya, I no go ever leave ya, never hurt ya, always love ya. And I swear we did grow old, as our faces a twist, oh. And so our love go the better, commitment go stronger, people go the wonder. Thank you, thank you.
Did I ever tell you I love surprises? Well, I hope you do. This is one stop you definitely don't want to miss. Check it out.
So tell us, Wax Day, what are you scared of the most? I'd have to say flying, because I do it very often. There's a lot of turbulence, and every time there's a plane crash, I spend 30 minutes to an hour just reading up about it, what happened, and I think about it every time on a plane. And that's a lot of flight hours, and it scares the crap out of me. And I wish I didn't have to fly, but I have to fly all the time. So yeah, scary.
Music is food to the soul. On days like this, I just don't want the show to end, but I must let you go. But before, check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Miss P Show and on Twitter at The Miss P Show. If you're on Instagram, I'm at Miss P Happy. Until next time, I'm Miss P and I'm Simply Day. Merry Christmas!